So today we'll be reacting and having a theory about Miquella here in the new trailer. And I will play the trailer, and I will also use this shaving cream to shave my beard. Good, let's start. So
Peggy 16.
Alright. Oof, that's right. Miquella the Kind spoke of the beginning. Alright. I watched it a million times. This is clearly either Godskin related and also alluding to the vaginal imagery, because it's supposed to be the birth of the Elden Ring, the Golden Order vaginal object, which is also, as you can see, very stitched. It has scars of stitching all around, meaning this could be the Glomite Queen. And she's presenting it to this other realm, which is probably either the lands between, or
an affair from which gold arose,
or the place which we visited briefly in the fight against Elden Beast. We visited it, and it had lots of trees. It's weird that there's no trees here, but it could be a place where there were no trees before. Alright. And also, this is probably the Crucible. I know many have said it, but you can see this. You will need to remember the Elden tree, Erdtree, required a lot of blood. We know this because from some descriptions of, they mentioned that Miquella fed the Helix tree on blood to nurture it, to make it the Erdtree. Probably the same happened to the original Erdtree, but one small caveat is that probably Marika did not feed its own blood to the Erdtree. She probably murdered millions. As you can see, these are all bodies. Like all of them are bodies.
Followed was a war unseen. One that could never be put to song. So this the tyranny of Messmer's flame.
Alright, so what happened here, these are the huge war machines. They're attacking what looks to be an omen city. A city filled with omens, which would mean that there was a hidden purge, which they say, but a hidden purge against omens, which makes sense because there's so little of them and they're all shunned in the main game. Probably means that these omens, they just got attacked one day, and they all died. Maybe they died to feed Erdtree. Maybe it was necessary for their blood to be spilled upon its roots to Erdtree to grow. This is the city. There's an interesting outpost right there, if you can see it. I noticed that. And let's continue.
The tyranny of
this fellow right here. It makes no sense for it to be a black knife assassin, but it kind of looks like a black knife assassin. It doesn't even have a black knife, and it doesn't look like a black knife, but it kind of looks like a black knife assassin. This is a rune. I think this is the part of the Elden Ring. One part that we will not know what happened to it, and I think that part is omen-like features, meaning Marika didn't just pluck the rune of death, she also plucked the Great Lies, she also plucked the omen features from her nation. And that's why we get less and less omens as time progresses, okay? Now comes the interesting part.
And so kindly Miquella would abandon everything. His golden flesh. His blinding strength.
Even his fate.
Even his fate.
Alright. Now we come to the crux of the video. This is St. Trina. Literally confirming to us, yes, something we all knew, but literally confirming to us that St. Trina is Miquella. This is Miquella. We know now, and we knew before, but we know now, he has blonde hair. He's walking from some grace-like object, but what is said is more important.
Flesh.
His golden flesh, he abandoned his golden flesh, his blinding strength. Okay, blinding strength, golden flesh. He abandoned his flesh. Okay, that doesn't raise any flags.
His blinding strength.
And the next thing she says, his fate. Okay, so first, there is only one more character in the entire game who's abandoned his her fate and flesh, and it's Ranni. She is the only one. And we know that that is not an easy task, because abandoning his fate would mean that he needed to get rid of the two fingers. And the only way to do that is to kill another demigod and curse him in flesh, but you kill his spirit, and you will lose your flesh, but have your spirit left. That is the only. George R. R. Martin and Miyazaki would not screw up this. They said this very particularly. They meant what they said. It means that he killed himself. It means that he literally killed another being to get what he wanted. But now you might be asking, who was the other person he killed? Because there is only Godwyn, and we know Ranni killed Godwyn. But do we know Ranni killed Godwyn? I think Ranni did not kill Godwyn. And I think lots of IndieRL posted this video. Shout out to them. This is Ranni and confronting Ranni about the black knives.
Thou must have some business in mind to come all this way, though I have no memory of inking thee an invitation. I see. Quite the sleuth, aren't we? Indeed, I am the witch Ranni. I stole a fragment of the Rune of Death and used it to forge the god-slaying black knives through fearsome rite. I did it all.
So what she says is really interesting, because it is almost as if she doesn't really believe what she's saying. She says, I stole the fragment of the Rune of Death. Okay, that does make sense. She did steal the fragment of the Rune of Death. I do not think that's false.
Fragment of the Rune of Death, and used it to forge the god-slaying black knives through fearsome rite.
Okay, so she forged the black knives. That makes zero sense, because black knives in the game only appear in certain moments and in hiding. They are very, very limited in scope. If she made the black knives, then why would the black knives try to kill Iji and kill him, and try to kill Blight and not kill him? We can see their corpses around their respective people. So she either had a falling out with the black knives, or she's lying to us. And I think she's lying.
I did it all.
She said, I did it all. Like she is proud of it. I do not think she did it, because all the evidence points in a different direction. She also, in the story trailer before the game released on Summer Game Fest, I think it's Summer Game Fest, she said she was the narrator. She told us about how someone killed Godwyn, and she doesn't know who. I think she was then telling the truth, because that was not the story for the Tarnished. That was the story meant for someone else. Alright, continue.
But sadly for thee.
Okay, now she speaks about the curse mark and how it's not there. I think, yeah, there's Ranni's body somewhere and it has a curse mark and we find it, but I do not think she did it first. I think Miquella did it first. This is Miquella. I think he was the first one to figure out how to kill a demigod with the blade, and he killed his brother Godwyn, first one. So now you would be asking me, why would he kill his brother Godwyn? So you now might be asking me, why would he kill his brother Godwyn? Why? He was his brother, he knew him well, and he loved the brother. That's what we were told in the game. Well, I think Godwyn allowed himself to be killed. He made a pact with Miquella, which Miquella would uphold, trying to rescue his body, and when he failed, he would think to kill him. Kill the wretch that was left on Earth. But Godwyn did it because he loved Miquella deeply as a sibling. So I think he killed Godwyn. Why do I think that he killed Godwyn? Because of this scene. We are talking about Godwyn. This person was so strong, he conquered, he beat a dragon, befriended that same dragon, made a cult about dragons, and wielded the first ever case of golden lightning. This man could not kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Black Knife assassins, which we kill routinely in the game. What I think is more of a case, he's dying in a dignified position. This position, do you recognize it? It is the same position as Marika's. They are killing him in a dignified position. They're not slaughtering him. Also, in the Night of the Black Knives, Godwyn was first to perish. First. There were more. We do not know of a single other demigod that didn't survive the shattering. I think Miquella did it. This is the proof. They're killing him in a humane way with light. It would mean something great. Let's continue this trail. This is Ranni. Marika's offspring demigods all claim the shards of the Elden Ring, and Ranni is shown, which she's probably one of the first ones who gained this power. Morgott versus Radahn. Probably this. Okay. Mog captured Miquella completely. Do you see Miquella? Some people are saying on the other trailer that this is Miquella. Look at Miquella's bracelet. It doesn't have snakes. It is very different than the one Marika is wearing. This is the right card. Okay.
His golden flesh.
His blinding strength. Even his fate.
Even his fate. But we are not deterred.
We chose to follow.
We choose to follow.
And the town is actually quite big. This is a legacy dungeon. And it is not the same town which we saw earlier. So it's probably the town where Mesmer resides. Okay, this guy, remember him. So you remember this guy.
Will you walk with us?
Oh, could you? Alright. Later trailer.
Pure and radiant, he wields
love to shred clean the hearts of men. This is Miquella, of course. So, Miquella. This is a corpse. This corpse reminds me of something very important. This is where you find Ranni's body, and we'll see it now. Okay, this is Ranni's body. Bonfire VN is the YouTube channel if you wanna check it out. So this body is very peculiar. She was killed by the dagger of the black knives, but she looks burned, severely burned. Like she was destroyed in a crisp, unrecognizable to some. And you can see here, there is a weird detail, very weird detail. And the detail goes in this part. Both on her head and down here on the model, she does not have red hair. Even though she's Radagon's daughter, she has golden hair. She has like red parts due to the burning, but her hair, for whatever reason, is not red. It is completely blonde. So why? We know she had red hair. This is not a mistake, especially in the concept art. So either this is Ranni, which it probably is, or this is Miquella, because of the hair. Maybe it is Ranni because when the hair burnt it happened to be like that. Maybe. Now I want you to take notice about a theory that came up a few days ago from Tim Diggity. I think I'm pronouncing it right, Tim Diggity. He thinks Miquella is Melina. I think there's more evidence to the theory that Miquella is Melina. First off, we all know, I will clue you in the Frenzied Flame ending, she has a purple eye. She has a sword, a dagger, which actually has the same moveset and is said to be the pretense to Black Knife weapons. Also, Melina has Torrent, whose former master is Miquella. We know this. They sit the same way, but that might be because of the robe. Also, very importantly, a Black Knife assassin is guarding, not one, but several probably, are guarding the entrance to the Erdtree, to Aphile. Like, they're guarding, they're in a liturgical town. They're not trapped, they're patrolling, and when they find you, they will kill you. So it means that Miquella is connected to the Black Knives, which makes sense if he killed his brother, and it also makes sense if he's Melina, because he created the Black Knives. Let's continue.
There is nothing more terrifying.
There's nothing more terrifying, this is true. Alright, so look at this city. This city is near the tree, and it is different from the decaying city of Omens. So this is probably the other legacy dungeon. Yeah, you can see here that this city is different from the other one. It is not decaying upwards. There's also a lot of greenery, which is kind of odd. For From Software here, we haven't seen greenery like ever. This is a follower of Miquella. We know that from the other trailer. And he or she is in a new type of swamp, which Miyazaki confirmed there is a new type of swamp because he likes to make swamps. I hate that guy, but I also love him. This is probably a sleep swamp, meaning if you walk too much in it, you'll fall asleep, which I think this character here really does. What can confirm this is there's Trina's lilies, and we know Trina is Miquella. What would be the craziest thing Miquella could do to hurt his people? I think it could be this. He could have seen the omens, decided to go against the Golden Order, nuked an area. Because he wanted to help with his kindness. And he left the whole area on the map in perpetual sleep to ease them. I think this would really fit the character, because his kindness, in Elden Ring, we have kindness often leading to very bad outcomes and greed or misplaced zeal or something like that. Maybe Miquella he did an oopsie here. Maybe he put the whole area under sleep to help them. Indeed, maybe that's why it came to be, making all the omens sleep to forget the atrocities waged onto them by Mesmer. Maybe this is the first like act of kindness he did. This tree, this city, is not near the tree, which is obvious. It's not near a tree. It is the second legacy dungeon. Here you will find omens and probably omen lions, the boss omen lion, which Mesmer killed in the other trailer, but we hunt down in this trailer. I don't know why though. Maybe he serves Mesmer now, or this is like the last vestige of it. I don't know.
Never saints.
They were never saints, which is really important, not to idolize them, because they were just victims.
They just happen to be on the losing side of a war.
Yeah. The lion is using lightning. Very odd. Like, very odd choice that is deliberate. We cannot guess how he's related because it's golden light into Godwyn, but he is related somehow. Maybe he represents him. I don't know, some theories do say that. I think this lion probably represents Godwyn.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
I presume you, too, are keen to know.
Just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Wait, that's important. I didn't know this before. What is that? That is the city? Is that the tree? This is the version. The Royal Knights, which 3 knights, 3 sentinels. Which maybe this is the version of that, because this is. So I would now like to recommend games from Mars, and I'm gonna watch some of the cutscenes about Melina, so we can better see if she really is Miquella, which I think is correct. Which would make Miquella St. Trina Melina, and Miquella the male counterpart, and it would mean that he made the black knives and killed his brother, which would be pretty interesting because it's a twist on his persona. It was always his kind and so on, but he might sacrifice what he loves the most to achieve his ends for the betterment of others. We're not the first one. Let us now quickly go over why Melina is so mysterious. She's an Imperial, that much is certain, because she has an M name. She comes from the Erdtree. She literally guides us. Has a connection to the Elden Ring. Was born at the foot of the Erdtree and was given purpose there by her mother. And also, what is really important, Melina has no bodily form. She's burned and bodyless, which would mean she died, but gods cannot die even if you burn them. So what would it mean for her to be burned and bodyless? You saw Ranni's corpse, right? It looked exactly like a burnt body. Potentially, it was Miquella who killed himself and Godwyn. His body became burnt, his spirit free, and became Melina, or Saint Trina. Literally, he's lying to us. This is Saint Trina or Miquella. But being burnt and bodyless, maybe it means that. It means specifically to be killed by the black knife rune of death.
I see him crying from time to time.
Okay, this is Bok.
Your seems.
Listen, only Miquella would care enough Bok. Only Miquella would care about Bok.
Bok. I see him crying from time to time. I think he misses his mother. He wants someone to tell him he's beautiful. Does being born of a mother mean one behaves in such a manner?
Okay, now this is interesting. Okay, it would mean that Melina was not born of Marika or Miquella or any of the other Imperials. Maybe you're like born from the tree? She leaves us here, only to return like moments later when we beat Morgoth. But she leaves us here because she has something to do. She, like Miyazaki, would not make her disappearance at all if there was not a singular crucial plot point that she needed to do. What is that thing? I have no idea. But she needed to do that before going to Morgoth. And she was not locked by Godfrey. She was not locked by Mog down in the depths. She needed to do something in the city, near the tree probably, and not up the bed chamber. It is very interesting that she leaves us here, because why would they write that she leaves only to return moments later and then return again in Mountains of the Giants, where we fought her, where we fought for the burning of the Erdtree. So, upon arriving to the Erdtree, she finishes her quest, obviously, and has a new purpose. She literally tells us that. So, that's interesting. What we see here is that she has the power to put us to sleep. Is she the goddess of sleep? Saint Trina? Probably. The only character who could deal the destined death to us is one who stole the Rune of Death, which implies that Arani could not have done it. We'll now watch this last trailer, because here Arani speaks, and this will give us some plot points. So misdirection. These knights are coming to help Morgoth's knights.
The Rune of Death was
These are not black knives.
Okay.
But by whom and why?
And why?
Okay, so who broke the Elden Ring? Rani knows this. Now here we are. The crux of the story. The legendary fight between General Radahn, the Star Scourge, and Malenia the Severed, the Blade of Miquella. Why did they fight? This is the first scene we are shown of the battle. Not the first, you saw it in the last trailer before this one in 2019. But this is the first scene that happened chronologically. They fought. Why? Malenia would never in a million years leave the side of Miquella. If by one, she didn't know he was safe, or by two, he didn't order her explicitly to come and kill Radahn or talk to him. But I think it's the killing time. There is one other character that needs Radahn to die, and it is Ranni. Ranni needs the stars to move again, so fate could move again, so it would not be written in the stars because they're fixed. This is exactly what Miquella needs as well. He sent Malenia to kill Radahn so he could free himself from the two fingers and finally be free and in spirit and ascend to God. That is the point of his sending of Malenia. Malenia did not come for the rune, because if she came for the rune, then why is it written that when she fought Godwyn, he cowered before her and surrendered? She did not take his rune. He was left with the rune. She had no will, or Miquella did not have no will to claim runes from other beings. He just wanted the stars to stop, the stars to start again. It is simple as that. Now this is very interesting. She has one closed eye as well. To my knowledge, there are only 3 characters in the entire game which have closed eyes. Arani 1, Melina 2nd, Mesmer 3rd. Could the closed eye signalize that they are bodyless, meaning they closed one eye for the world? A war!
A war
leading to the abandonment by the greater will.
By the greater will.
All eyes
Rise
now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. Okay, so we'll continue the video now in game. I have the rags. Obviously, I have a beautiful face. I must show you the face. Face. Boom. Tell me this is perfection, and you would be lying. But we'll wear the mask now because we are Gold Mask. We are trying to uncover the secrets of the world. And what better place to go than the library? Perhaps they have books there for this purpose. So this mother of the lying witch Ranni. She's visibly insane. Like, she has lost her mind. And now we can think two things about this state of her. The first is that she simply lost her mind. When Radahn left her and left her with this rune of mending, she simply lost her mind, and that's it. Maybe it's that simple on a surface level. But we're talking about the proudest, most powerful, most powerful sorceress to ever live, an empress even, queen, in her own right, in magic right. Why would she do that? Well, I think something happened to her after Radahn left. I think Ranni wanted to copy Miquella and decided that the best course of action to reduce her mother's suffering was to kill her. But not kill her as if, in a sense that she would die like Godwyn. No, she would kill her mind and save her life, and she would get a life, would destroy her body, but get a mind. So because what you need to know is that those who live in death came from Godwyn. It is Godwyn's ideals twisted on its head. We should not think that every single Black Knife assassination would lead to a Godwyn type character. What is more likely is that they take the beautiful god and they inverse it right and throw it back other faces. And I think this is the reverse of the proud Renala. I think she's now just a gibberish speaking woman who can't even defend herself and constantly tries to assert motherhood, but she can't. She would have been a proud, good mother, and we can see that in her vision, in the Ranni's vision in the fight. She's very proud. She shows herself. This one cowers at the floor. She literally cannot get up. She's sitting in a chair in a fetal position. It's embarrassing. Mesmer is an enigma because he has a closed eye, and I think the closed eye signifies that he was that you're bodyless, and not just bodyless, because Selen. We're gonna go to Selen. I will need to write, but we're gonna go to Selen. It seems that only demigods need to be killed by the Black Blade. You can kill normally like Selen, and she can come back in a puppet, just like Ranni comes with back with the puppet. The problem for Ranni was not so much that she couldn't find the host. She could. It was just a puppet. No, the problem was she literally needed to kill herself, which was incredibly difficult because she's bound by the two fingers. So what possibly happened, and what it possibly means, is that only demigods and gods probably will need the rune of death to die. The angle, and this is her. She has no face. Okay, I cannot confirm that she does not have a closed eye, but my theory is that if she had a closed eye, she would have shown it. The only characters we find which have closed eyes are Melina, Ranni, and now Mesmer. Three characters which are very weird in their own right. Ranni is claiming to do everything, has even an ending, which people like. I hate it. Mesmer, who's a genocidal maniac, cast aside by his mother in another dimension. Okay. And Melina, child of Marika, unsure who it even is, because yeah, we don't know. I subscribe to the Tigidis, theory that Miquella is Melina. A further point of interest would be that Mesmer, it would mean that Mesmer is bodyless as well, if he has one closed eye. Also, yeah, that's interesting. He also has draconic eyes, which would mean he was somehow involved in the draconic war. Also interesting. But I think the bodyless thing is more interesting because it's not just bodyless, it is burnt and bodyless. Burnt like Rani was burnt, like Melina was burnt. Mesmer is fire. He's literally fire. Of course he's burnt to crisp. So, yeah. So I don't think that in the DLC we will need to find just Miquella, whom Miquella or Rani killed, because one of them killed Godwyn, and I think it's Miquella who killed Godwyn. No, I think we will need to find out whom Mesmer killed as well. Mesmer has his left eye closed, as well. Melina also has the left eye. Rani has the right eye. Would that imply that there is the fourth character who has even another right eye? I think that would be too much. I mean, I get it, but it would be too much if that proved to be the case. That would mean 4 murders happened, and probably in close succession. I would like you to watch patiently and think. Maybe these theories are not true. Maybe they are. What is fun is speculation, because with speculation we get more theories and get closer to the truth. And there is a truth to this universe. Some people are like, yeah, everything is relative in this universe, blah 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 blah. No, there was a concrete story, and the story was warped in a very particular way. Then it was chopped like into 1,000 pieces. 999 of them were removed. 1 remained. That is Elden Ring. Miyazaki loves this type of storytelling. We love it as well. So there is a true story, and I intend to find it, to understand it, to understand the main motives. I'm currently mostly interested in Melina, Miquella, Rani, and Mesmer, because all of them have the eye, which would mean they participated in the Night of the Black Knives. But there is a problem with that theory. Mesmer has the closed eye even when he's waging first war. So maybe he did something before then. So we are probably never gonna know whom he killed. Maybe we find his body. I don't know. But Rani, who she killed, we will find out. Then we will find out whom Rani actually killed and supplanted their order. I have an inkling, because Miquella is noble. He would only kill his brother. Even though he could have fucking killed Godric if he wanted. Godric is not important to anyone, but Miquella values his life. Rani is different. She's opportunistic. I think she killed someone who was the thorn, like the biggest thorn in all of her plans. And I think in the DLC we will find out who it was, who are their followers, they're probably still there, and what do they plan on doing. If you liked the speculation, please subscribe so you see more of my insane videos. I will make more on Elden Ring for sure. You can also check out my past repertoire of videos. It is a short list, and I do not recommend one. I like 2 newest ones. One is on Asmongold, and helping Asmongold. So be sure to check out that. I think Asmongold would appreciate the help. I want you to notice these corpses. First, they're corpses and they appear bloodless, like fossils, like something drank their blood. These fossils are wearing gold. Why would you waste precious metals on commoners? That is not that does not make sense until you think, well, this is maybe unalloyed gold, and this is where Miquella understood that the meddling of the outer gods would be prevented by unalloyed gold, because maybe they wanted their dead to not be consumed by outer gods, so he put unalloyed gold onto them. It would make sense. Like, there's so much gold in all, and this is not just like a small piece of one. This rock is literally filled to the brim. It's not just the outside. You can see, filled to the brim with creatures. These are graves. These are towers, and they may actually serve a purpose. I would like to also tell you, maybe in the age before the Erdtree, there was also sacrifices, blood sacrifices, but they were honorable upon death or duels, and the victims would be honored with gold as a reward, and to ward off the meddling of the outer gods as well. And then Marika saw that, and saw the crucible, which was mending the like all life together, and thought, what if I give this crucible so much blood without the gold, so my gods, the greater will, can actually sprout a tree which will make me rule forever. And I think that is exactly what she did. She copied Farum Azula's plan and turned their like very noble and interesting culture into one of mockery, one of making the crucible as grotesque as possible, until you create something beautiful, which is the tree, which probably requires sacrifices on a daily level, because we know the Erdtree burial sites, they're all filled with corpses, and they're all white, pale white. It has taken their blood. Do you notice it? They're fusing into the tree. All of them. Fusing into the tree. This one is completely fused. They kind of look like alveoli, because and that would signal to me that this is the way that the Erdtree is feeding its oxygen, getting blood, oxygen, blood connected alveoli. This one really looks like an alveoli. I mean, look at this. Alveoli, alveoli. Why are they in bunches? They have no need to be in bunches. They're in bunches just because they're signalizing alveoli. Okay, this Eclipse Shuttle is very important because this is where Miquella wanted to resurrect Godwyn. Okay, I have St. Trina's torch. I'll equip it. Candle stand torch that burns with a light purple flame. The carvings depict St. Trina, but in adult form, somewhat unnervingly. The light purple flame induces sleep. Okay, I can see it now. So it explicitly says that it is depicting St. Trina in her adult form. This is eerily similar, as the guy pointed out, to Melina, and the only difference is that it is more adult, which is unnerving. Marika's social is clearly her wound, and the thing she's impaled upon, crucified on. Rata Consortial is a bit tougher to pinpoint. It kind of looks like the whole Elden Ring, or nothing at all, which would mean it doesn't have any runes, which would be interesting. Misontrish in his full form. Enjoy your nightmares. Now that you have learned that Miquella is Melina and St. Trina, that he killed Godwyn, that we don't have a clue what Rani did, that Miquella commanded the Black Knives, that he wanted to destroy the Radahn so he could resume Fate of the Stars, that potentially Arani did something shady, killing someone off from the family who wasn't really important and nobody's talking about. Potentially Mesmer. Maybe she killed Mesmer, and it works differently in the Shadow Realm. Maybe you can kill a body and a body if it's from two realms. So a body of Mesmer would die in the Shadowlands, and the body of Rani would die in the lands between, and they will be free, but they will not have to suffer the same fate as Godwyn did. So what else have we learned? We learned that there are only 3 characters with closed eyes, which is particularly odd because they seem to be the only bodyless character. At least this confirms that Mesmer is the bodyless character. Also, what we know now is that Miquella probably is Melina and was burnt in bodyless, which we can see on Arani's corpse, which has golden hair for some reason. But we can see that it's a burning process, and maybe that's how he became Melina, and maybe everyone needs to burn to lose their body. What else is there? Yeah, there's a black knife assassin guarding FIL and the Erdtree in the liturgical town, which is also odd. And please subscribe if it would mean a lot to me if I could continue to create Elden Ring videos and other videos like you can find on my channel. They're very I warn you, I literally warn you, you can get stuck in some places if you like watch my videos. Some of them are trolly, some of them are serious, some of them are very weird. They're very weird at the start as well. Like, I really made that. I hope to get at least 10 videos by the end of the year. So be watchful of that. I'll try to do more. I challenged myself to 10, and yeah, I like to do them in clumps. So in this month, the next month, there will be at least 2 more videos. Nothing related to Elden Ring, at least. I don't think that I have an Elden Ring idea now. And thank you for watching and subscribing very much. Goodbye.